Don't be unequally yoked with those that don't believe. So if they choose to go, it's best to let them leave. Now if they ask for space, back up and let them breathe. Can't force it on them if they don't want it, just plant the seed. Can't see the forest for the trees. False walls, can't hear the truth cause you intrigued by the falsehood. They go that way, you go this way. Conflict of interest. They follow Christ, they follow trees. Conflict of spirits. That's why you gotta be strong in this wrong. Ain't too many that last long in this wrong. Where I'm from is going down, they keep it on them. With the safety off. The Bible on me, got to burn my cross. They say I changed, I'm like, no. I'm like, no. By myself, you act like someone else, how you gon' grow? Amongst the living, but to me, now I'm still like a ghost. My people sleeping, I couldn't wake them with 1,000 votes. Instead of depending on us, we rather cast a vote. They sitting like the dust, I'm on the move like a pilgrim. First time you wear them cuffs, they allocate you to the system. They taking pictures, facial recognition. I take precautions, gotta state your business. Gotta state your business. Precaution, trying to spirit. See, I'm cool with this soul when I move. It's that power. I'm engaged in that real war. The realest things in life is what you can't see. Check this out. I shoot an insult to you and piss you off. Verbally. You gonna have some action behind that right. Mama praying for me, daddy doing the same thing. I'm laughing cuz they got them in the chain gang. Another day, another blessing, how my brain frame. Another victim to the pistol going bang bang. Another single parent, 4 generations, one bullet, but that don't seem apparent. Cause the shooter had children trying to make a way for them. He get taught it's so weak, he get took away from them. The real for the trap, the clippers on the scene. Boys on the track, they hate you cause they not just because you black. In the kingdom of your enemies, they bound to hold you back. They bound to hold you back. We downtrodden, broken hearted about it. Not to mention they elected a tyrant. Military weapons, what they be firing. We at the end of the barrel. Jacob's trouble at the end of the barrel. Jacob's trouble at the end of the barrels. And listen. I make a conscious decision every day. I say, I choose to fight against wickedness. I heard all this poison that they promote, and I see it on the TV too. And guess what I do? I say I'm gonna do the opposite. I said I'm gonna do what Christ told me. I'm baptizing souls and everything. No restrictions. Follow the Most High. We're living in the last days. Time to wake up.
Time to wake up. Yeah. Shalom to the brethren. What up to everybody else? All praises to the Most High, y'all. Thanks for his son, Yahushua HaMashiach, who the world knows this. JC. So, by the title of the video, you already know it. It's about to get real. Shout out to Paisley the Hebrew. That's who that song was by. Go check him out. He's on YouTube. He's also on Bandcamp. Give him a check out and a download. He spit hot fire. Anyway, one world government, one world religion is already here. What do you mean by that, Brother Brandon? Well, I put it like this, right? I've been to prison. a couple times. About 4 times. I ain't do a hell of a lot of time, but it was long enough. You know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of time when you're in prison. You got a lot of time to better yourself or busy yourself or whatever. So aside from chess and spades, I did a lot of reading. I read 2 things majorly, right? I read the Bible. On this last bit, my mama sent me a King James 1611. She sent me two of them because the first one they couldn't find. And I had a chance to get acquainted with the Apocrypha. And, I read a lot of scriptures, right? And I also read a lot of books. I was always fascinated. With killers, with hitmen and with spies, right? So I read a lot of spy books, a lot of Tom Clancy. It was a French dude, Leclerc. A bunch of other dudes I can't think of right now, right? But I was always into like the CIA, government agent, subversion. Basically, books like what I'm trying to think of what's the soldier dude, man? They made like the super soldier with Treadstone and all them. The hell is that name, man? But like what's the joint with old boy? That's crazy. I can't think of none of this stuff now. John Wick. The story of John Wick, how he moved with all them killers and having safe houses and having spots you can't touch people at, and you got agents from the CIA, agents from the KGB, agents from all these different places that got hired killers. These are real stories, right? And I know it because I read it from books that was written in the 60s and in the 70s. These same premises about hired killers that work for different countries and different branches of government. Killers that normal people that run the country don't know nothing about these people. Only a select group of people know, right? Sometimes the president don't know, but his advisor might know and might be the head of all these operations. What is the other name of that movie, man? It's a book too. With the Treadstone, man. Damn, what's the name of that? Treadstone. Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne is a real thing. That is a real. It's about these private corporations that's funded by the government that really run the government. But anyway, all these kinds of books I was reading in prison, right? Read them in prison, and then come out to find out that this stuff is really real. Like, what's old boy with the NSA? Eric Snowden. The books I read, people like Eric Snowden was in these books. Data analysis. You have what's called field operators. These are the people that go out and spy. And you have handlers. These are the people that's placed in the government that these spies connect with and talk to and get information from. And all the other governments are spying on each other and doing little secret stuff behind each other. That's where the Cold War comes in at. It's like these governments having wars, but you don't know about it. You just hear about people being killed and, man shot in his home and all this. And you think it's some break-in thing, but it's really a hit type stuff. But anyway, what I'm saying is that all these books all had similar themes, right? The principal theme of all these books was secret orders and secret dealings. The majority of them have an origin story where it starts in the present and it goes back to talk about how stuff started in the past. And in all of them, it's a group of people, higher up people in the government, generals, you know, rich CEOs and you know, ancient people that run countries, like certain families like a Rockefeller or Rothschild or whatever. Each country has their own version of the Rockefeller and Rothschild. These are the people that been getting money. They've been running shit. They've been ruling stuff behind the scenes. They the biggest earners from each country. And these people have families that have children that they place in different parts of the government and parts of the thing. And they the ones that come to these meetings. The ones you would come to call the Illuminati. That's what these people consist of. These people from these different countries that really run stuff, but people don't talk about them like that. The ones that really run stuff, they don't talk about, you know? And these are the people in these books that come together to organize and orchestrate what happens in each individual country and ultimately what happens in the world. It be parts in the books where, like, a president, a leader or a president would want to do certain things, and he'd have people come from out of nowhere and advise him, like, no, you don't want to do that. The higher ups don't like this, or, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they being controlled. So the ones you think control everything are really being controlled by other people. That, my brothers and sisters, is a one world government, because there is an alliance at the higher echelon that people are in agreement, and people decide laws and governances, and they operate under these ordinances, right? You're talking about books from the 60s and the 50s that this stuff is coming out in the news now. It's being real stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what we looking for in the future, it's already here. How else do you think? Shalom. How else do you think that the whole world could lock down for Corona? You think everybody just randomly got into agreement? Or do you think whether you agreed or not, you had to do it because it's people that got power over you? These people control this. People don't understand why the people that control, they control by power and influence, right? And how you get power and influence is you take those in position and you make them come under you in some kind of way, or you get power over them. And how they get power over a lot of these people is through one, offering them power and wealth. You take a judge or something who makes $200,000 a year, and you tell him, hey, I'm gonna give you $500,000 on top of your $200,000 to do this instead of do that. So if you're a wicked judge, a wicked man, you're gonna take that deal. You get what I'm saying? What we got to understand is that 90% of the people in leadership are under a deal similar to that. And some people ain't even under a deal like that. They under a deal of, hey, you like young girls. You like 15, 16-year-olds. I'm going to give you all the 15 and 16-year-olds you want. So the wicked man, wicked woman go sleep with these 15, 16-year-olds or these 8, 9, and 7-year-olds, and they get put on tape. They get put on video. So now, when those people in positions of power want to do certain things, and the people that gave them this ability come and say, listen, I don't want you to do that. Even if a person want to go against what they're supposed to be going against, right? The people in control will say, well, look, we going to bring out these pictures. We going to bring out this video. Them little girls you like, what if we come put this video out on the internet? That sex tape you made, what if we put this out on the internet? And people get quiet and people go along. It's from wickedness, man. Without a moral compass, you are given over to wickedness. If you don't have what's called the, Holy Spirit or the Ruach HaKodesh in you to guide you and to govern you, you're going to be given over to the flesh. That means what your body want, what your mind, what your flesh want. You get horny, you get hot, and you want certain things, or certain things turn you on. Certain perversions. You know what I'm saying? If you want that, you're going to go get that because you don't have nothing to tell you don't do it. So a lot of people that we think is good, nice people, right? On TV and in meeting us, they can be nice. They could, greet us with smiles and hugs and all this. But when they get behind closed doors, they get wicked. So we think because they greeted us with a smile and a hug, that this is their character. But people that's not governed by the Ruach and not governed by Torah and by the Most High, they bound to do and say anything, right? That's why we got to understand how the whole world can be conglomerate. They conglomerate in wickedness. That's their agreement. That's what they came to the table on. To remove the children of Yasharal far from their borders. Because when the righteous rule, the wicked get oppressed. The wicked get purged. And when the wicked rule, the righteous get oppressed. That's why they don't want us to awaken. The Most High said, if you do what I tell you to do this day, said I will make you the head and not the tail. I make you above all nations. So if we doing what he say, then that means all those that commit wickedness and abominations is going to have to be purged. They're going to have to be judged. So in essence, they wicked life, they wicked deeds cannot exist under our rulership. And the only way they can keep us from ruling is to keep us in wickedness. So they have become conglomerate. Paul said, the mystery of iniquity, it said it has already worked. It's already happened. That's from Paul day. Say it's already these principalities and things in higher power in higher powers is already working. This is the last beast. This is the last kingdom. It's been here. You looking for some handsome man to be on a throne and to rule and all this, man. These people already running. These people already rule. And as far as a one world religion, oh man, what's going on, man? Okay, we back. Sorry about that. As far as the one world religion, it's already a one world religion. Do as thou wilt. Do what you want to do. Follow your heart is the one world religion. Think about this. Because when we think one world religion, we think Christianity gonna be off the table, Islam gonna be off the table, all this stuff. But listen, we got to think scripturally. We can't think of how the world thinks, right? Scripturally, as relates to Torah and how the Most High say a thing ought to be done and how it not ought to be done. When you think of the people that really live that way and those that don't, there already is a one world religion. And the Torah way already is condemned. People condemn you for not eating pork. People condemn you for trying to have a Hebraic marriage, for trying to rule as Elohim. People condemn that. Even people that supposedly believe. Because they believe in the way of the one world religion, of their heart, of their feelings, of their emotions, not the actual factual. Right? The one world religion is follow your heart. The Most High don't deal in following your heart. He don't deal in emotion. Even so-called Hebrew Israelites, that's how they move. Well, see, I don't think, and I don't believe. See, I don't. No, it's not about. It's about what thus saith. What saith it? What saith the scriptures? What saith the instructions? Oh man, what is going on with the thing? My phone is freezing up, man. Man, I don't know what's going on with my phone. I can't see everybody's comments. I know I got a couple viewers. I hope that this is played all the way through, but it keeps freezing up on my end, so I don't know how much you guys are getting. But what was I at, man? Yeah, the one world religion. That's what it is, man. Doing what you want to do. Letting the knowledge of all things pollute what the scriptures say because you know of something else. Knowledge without wisdom leads to destruction. There was nothing wrong with Adam and Eve being naked. But when they knew they was naked, it brought doubt, man. When they knew they was naked, it brought doubt and it brought fear. They doubted the words of the Most High. They doubted their safety. They doubted reality. So they hid and tried to make their own way. That's what happens with all this knowledge. We're living in the information age, all this information. That is what's happened to us. Our knowledge has given us doubt, and people running off getting all this information from all these other places and about histories, and it's causing doubt, and it's causing fear, and it's causing transgression of the law. Because now you say, I know this says A, but see, when you go over here and read this and that and the third and the fourth and the fifth, maybe it's C. Maybe it's X or Y. Who's to say it's A? You know what I'm saying? It's all this doubt. So now we running off making designer fig leaves. Like my boy said, now we got Gucci fig leaves. Because we didn't win and we didn't learn too much. That's why he said you got to be like a child, man. A child is dependent upon the instruction of the parent. We call it the creator of the heavens and the earth, Father, man. We're supposed to be dependent upon the knowledge given to us by the Father, man. And we need discernment so that when we go off and we get other knowledge, we got to know how to apply it. We got to try to incorporate knowledge with the wisdom. Don't just get the knowledge, get the wisdom to go with it. People just happy to have knowledge. They don't want to get the wisdom to go with it. You know, knowledge is supposed to increase, but it says wisdom though. To put it with, to be knowledgeable of all things, but to get wisdom and to get an understanding. With all thy getting, you're gonna get money, you're gonna get knowledge, you're gonna get family, you're gonna get wives, you're gonna get possessions. But with all that, make sure you get an understanding. And that understanding is another word for wisdom. Because you understand how to apply it, you understand how to use it. This is the one world religion. It's knowledge and universal application. Ain't no such thing as no universal application when it comes to the scriptures. It's what thus saith the scriptures, man. It's not no universal. That ain't no you do it how you want to do it, I do it how I want to do it. No, that's antichrist, anti-Hamashiach, anti-Torah. People don't know that mindset is anti-Torah. But see, I think we supposed to do it like this. And I think that's where the line upon line and the precept upon precept come into it. It's where all that thinking don't go. You get two or more witnesses, man. Because if you go off on the wrong way, there's a judgment. It's going to either be a judgment for you or a judgment against you. And people need to understand that. You either need two witnesses for, or if you can't get two witnesses for, then these two witnesses is going to be against. And we got to understand that a lot of stuff we looking for, like we got this big timeline in scriptures, it's already here, man. Don't you understand? This world is already, to a person that lived in the 40s and the 50s, or in the 10s and the 20s, do you know this world today, to them, is the end times? When they was able to grow food in their own garden, and even though they was oppressed and hunted, they still had more freedoms than we got today. They still was more prosperous than we are today. I told you about the books I read, right? In all of these books, when these men from these different countries and these different families came together to create this council to rule the world, it all started from a big war. There was a big war in all these books. Now, there was books that was based on nonfiction, right? It was a nonfiction book, but with fictional realities, right? And then there was fiction books with non-fictional storylines, like it'll be books about real events, but it's not the actual, things. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like one book will have some war that never happened, and then one book will be about World War I. So anyway, the whole gist of it was, these families, after these wars, came together and said, listen, we can't allow governments or our countries to run organically. We have to take control. We have to run things, you know, but we have to run it from the rear. Because if we run it from the forefront, the people will revolt. So we got to find a way, just like they did to slaves. They made you think you are part of the process of governance. And when you think you're part of the process of governance, then you won't want to uproot it, because you think you're uprooting yourself. Or you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you think you the one that's running it, you won't want to get rid of it. If anything, you'll want to fix it. And how you think you're going to fix it, you won't be fixing it because you don't run nothing. So that's what they doing. That's what they did to us as slaves that kept us on the plantation. They made us think we had a hand in it because we got to come up to master's house, or we had an off day on Sunday and was able to go to church and sing and praise and stuff like they give you these little trinkets, right? But in reality, it's just things to keep you from really revolting and really changing the status quo, right? So that's what I want people to understand and to know, that the reason why I don't believe a lot of the stuff I see, I know it's fake, I know it's phony, because I know and understand how the world is being ran, and that the people that really control stuff, you know, they control stuff for a reason. They control it in a certain way. When the Most High intervenes in these things and starts a real uprising, you're gonna know it. It's not gonna be no doubt about, is the Most High involved in this? Is this a plague? Is this a real natural disaster? You're gonna know it. Because these people that come on the news, when they report to you some of this stuff, they too calm. They calm like they already know it's a part of the script. When the Most High involved in it, listen, ain't no calm. The Most High came to talk to his beloved children, and they were so scared, they said, listen, we don't want to talk to him no more. They told Moses, listen, you go talk to him and tell us what he said. That's how it is when the Most High show up. It's complete and utter fear, a complete and utter terror. It said the mountains will melt at his presence. You think the heathen gonna come tell you about something the Most High did with a calm, smooth voice? It don't work like that, man. But yeah, man. There is a one world government. There is a one world religion. You know, do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, and that's exactly what the Christians believe. That's exactly what all these religions believe, cause there is no standard. Now, you do have zealots in each branch. You have Muslims that read Quran and very zealous to the parts that relates to discipline. Everybody in Islam not a terrorist. Everybody in Islam is not, hypocrites. It's people that it's things in there. See, listen, Hasatan has to put truth in everything. That's how he gets you. That's how he gets you. Because if it were no truth in it, if you really zealous, you're going to see it ain't no truth in it, and you're going to put it down. But it's that little bit of truth that you find in it that keep you, that stick you, right? And this is why in each level of a thing, you find people that hold to the truthfulness that's in it, right? It's bikers that really believe in the brotherhood and the camaraderie. But it's bikers in them same groups. It's all about the drugs. It's all about the women. It's all about all the folly. They don't care about the brotherhood and the, you know, community activism, feeding the poor, feeding the little kids and all that. So in each level, it's people, because it can be preached to you one way and carried out another. Just like in the scriptures. Just how you get people that really do it, like the apostles and Mashiach and all the prophets and all the righteous men throughout the scripture who really did it right. But then you have people that took it and polluted it, that did it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's always a level of truth in it, because the Most High, listen, without the Most High was nothing made, man. The Most High is a part of everything. Even if that's polluted, he was a part of the original form. Homosexuality is a pollution of monogamy. So that's too deep, and I don't want to listen. If you understand, you'll be able to take what I just said and get it. But those that don't understand, they be, oh, he trying to say the Most High is in homosexuality, and no, you just take that for yourself. But in closing out of the video, because I gotta go, I'm gonna go to work. In closing out of the video, one world government is already here. You know, it's people that govern the world and govern the nation in unison. And they, in turn, are being guided and instructed by Baal, Hasatan, whoever you want to do. These people worship the devil. These people sacrifice children. They drink blood, you know, kill virgins and torture virgins, and all. These people really do this stuff, and they do it in worship to a god. So, in essence, there is a name. There's a name for this man. It starts with an S. There is a man that governs the kingdoms of the heathens. I want to say it's in the book of Enoch, or it's in like Jubilees or Jasher or something. It's called Mastarma or something. This is the man that governs these kingdoms. This is the one who they worshiping. Baal and all this. He has a name. Look it up. Mastarma. Something like that. It starts with an M. But yeah, it's already here, man. It's already here. I don't know what you're looking for, you know, in the future and all this. This stuff is taking place. Our people, when you read about the Spanish Inquisitions, when you read about the slave trade, and you read about, you know, Antiochus, the seven sons and all this, when are you expecting Jacob's trouble to start? I'm trying to figure out, like, when you read about how these heathens been killing us, man, and what they do to us, what are you expecting? What are you expecting? You know, our people, our women, it was a man that learned about vasectomies through, like, picking apart our women's vagina with no pain medication, with no anesthesia, with nothing like that. This man went in and just pulled and cut and stripped out our women's vagina. Don't you think them women thought they was in Jacob's trouble? It's heathens that cut our men's. They didn't found groups of black men and black teenagers with their penises cut off. Don't you think when they was getting their penises cut off, they thought they was in Jacob's trouble? They didn't cut women's babies out their stomachs when they was alive and woke. Don't you think when they was getting their babies cut out their stomachs, they thought they was in Jacob's trouble? I'm just saying, man. I don't know. People be saying stuff, and I be like, well, how long is it? Because you waiting on this one world government, you waiting on this man of sin to appear. When you think about Torah, how much more antichrist, how much more anti-Torah can we get? What are you waiting for? Man, what are you waiting for, man? Think about this stuff. When you think about how the world is, how everybody live as a whole, how us as the Hebrew Israelites, as the Negro in America and all over the world, we think about how we live, how much more falling away, how much more wicked, how much worse can we get? It's to the point now to where the people who are really in it, the people who are really zealous, the people who are really about this life, we are the minority, to the point to where we can't even come out and correct fellow brothers and sisters that are, off in certain ways or who are given to vain delusions. We can't even correct them without some type of beef. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's here, man. Listen, we to the point now to where the sky got to crack open because it's getting so bad. We've been set on all sides. We having to fight the heathen, our food poison, our water poison, our air poison. We got to fight against enemies outside our dwellings and inside our dwellings with wicked wives, wicked husbands, wicked children, our own thoughts. We got to fight against all this. We to the point now where Hamashiach got to come back, because if he don't come back, won't none be saved. And you looking for this to happen in the future? This is today. This is today. I don't know what people is looking for. I don't know what they're looking for. These timelines, all this stuff. We got this stuff from Christianity. We got this stuff from the church. Talking about 144,000. Listen, man, I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't want to go into all that. People get offended, and I ain't supposed to offend my brother. This is a part of what I'm talking about. You can't bring correction. You can't bring anything different than the status quo without being looked at as a bad guy, without being a naysayer, without being a sower of discord among the brethren. And all. It's crazy. I tell you how bad it is. People put down pork because it's unclean, right? The scripture said, don't sow diverse seeds, right? People put down all this food because they find out all these names and stuff that mean pork, this, pork, that, they put it down, right? A lot of the food that you eat and think is lawful, it's unclean because they didn't mix seeds together to make it. Tell a nigga something about putting down lemons. I can't drink my lemonade. I can't have my lemon this and lemon that because it's unclean. No, see, I feel like that's when you find. This is why if these days be not shortened, none will be saved, man. People don't care about a lot of this stuff for real, man. All these people think it's lawful to smoke weed. If you can't partake in diverse seeds, don't you know all this Kush this and purple granddaddy and Russian white this, all this stuff is crossbreeding, blended and mixing. Unclean. You can't, man, listen, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna get into it because I can't get into it. Because we living in a time where this type of talk will get you kicked out of your local assemblies. People unfriend you, block your video, report your video to Facebook and all this stuff, YouTube and all. It's crazy, man. But the one world government is here. The one world religion is here. It's Torah, real, scriptural, factual, Torah, faith-based, spirit and truth-based Torah. And then there's everything else. So now you got a little bit of small percentage of people that'll give up any and everything to be right about living how the scriptures say. Just a little tiny little bit that'll put away mama, daddy, sister, brother, daughter, son. Put away every food, every unclean thing in an instant. It's only this many people that'll really do that. Everybody else, oh, see, I don't know, cause maybe, see, how you know that it's right and how you know. The righteous say, listen, it's better to be safe than to be sorry. I'm gonna put it down cause it might be wrong. It's only this many that's like that. Everybody else is a part of that one world religion. Do as thou wilt, how you feel, what your heart say, what your emotions say, what all these other books say. So listen, I'm gonna leave you with that, man. Contemplate on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, comment. Comment if you like it, comment if you don't like it. Let's put it out here, man. Let's let's make people start thinking, you know. What he say? You're not using your brain. You go busting your fist against a stone wall. That's what the white man wants you to do. Anyway, man, shalom to the brethren. Peace out to everybody else. Not even peace out. Just holler at you. Because you ain't even supposed to, bid the wicked y'all speed. You just tell them, whatever. Go on. Holler at you later. But to the brethren, to the zealous, to those holding the standard, I said shalom and shalom and all that good stuff. But to everybody else, I said repent, for the Malkut of the Shemaim is near. It's 12 tribes, but it's only one nation. Hallelujah.